Hey, everybody. Can you hear me out there? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Someone answer in the chat if you can hear me. Right on. Welcome to my first live, you guys. I'm excited. Thank you, Humble, for helping me set it up. Hopefully we can have some fun tonight. I'm going to show you a few things that I've done, some of my pours. You can see a few of them out there now. I'll talk a little bit about some of my favorite coins, what I like to collect, and then we're going to rip this Bullion Baddie that I got in the mail just today. I haven't even opened it up yet, obviously. The outside package, let alone the inside package. It's one of the Sizzling Summer. Could be one of four. There's 200 nice versions of each girl, two girls, and 50 naughty versions of the two girls. So we'll see which one I get. Hopefully it's a naughty one. I hate to be that way all the time, but I am. So anyway, let's jump right in. My wife bought me this awesome stage with the flag and so forth to show off some of my stuff. Some of my favorite pieces are up there. I picked up this bar recently. I think it's just absolutely beautiful. It's got a unicorn and a griffin. Not sure what kind of deer that is, and a dragon. I think it's beautiful. It's from the Royal Mint, and it's one of my new favorite pieces. I've got a video showing me pouring this spa can recently. A couple of videos actually shows me pouring it and then toning it, and then polishing it back up again. I poured this shark's tooth. It actually was supposed to be a megalodon tooth. It was a lot bigger than this. It was probably this big when I 3D printed it, but I shrunk it down before I poured it. I toned it in some chemical, liver of sulfur, and then polished the high spots back up. You can see this flag up here. That's one of my more recent pours. I have a video of that as well. It's almost 3 ounces, 2.8 ounces. I'm actually going to pour a bigger one of those maybe tonight and see if I can get it to come out almost twice that size. This is my very first pour. Took a couple efforts to get it correct. It was a graphite mold, so I didn't make the sand mold for this one, but I toned it and then polished everything and left the eyes and mouth dark. I think it came out really cool. These silver Legos, the bottom one's 1 ounce. The other 4 are half ounce, quarter ounce, and those are from Monarch Metals. Thinking about buying some more of those. This ingot I got in Portland. My wife and I went for a weekend trip up there, and I stopped into a coin shop and had to have that. It's 6 ounces. Too bad the guy was such an asshole that owned the shop. I'll probably never go back, but it's pretty cool memento. Right, sir. Live long and prosper. Exactly. Then there's the alien, the gray. I think he's 3 ounces. Yep, I stamped him. I got my Swagdad logo stamped for the back, and then 3 ounces Troy on there. 3.9 is fine. He's pretty cool. Frankenstein. Came out pretty good too. I like him a lot. And then I have a Reckless Metal pour back here in the back. International Stackers medallion coin I have there. Got one of those. And my Thor hammer, one of my favorite pieces as well. And then, of course, there's this lovely lady. Who doesn't like a skeleton woman with big boobs, right? Don't ask me why the boobs are shiny. Ha! This one here, Serps, yeah. It's pretty cool. High relief. That's funny. I like to collect various coins in a series. I found this tiger shark at a pawn shop, and so I had to start searching for the rest of them. And there's 3 coins in that series. That was the first one I got, and then I found the Great White. These are 1/2 ounce. I think these are from Australia. Yep, Australia. But my favorite one of that series has got to be the Hammerhead. I think it's pretty cool. So I like to find series and then complete them. There's a series called the Tudor Beasts from England. There's 10 coins in that series. I have 7 of them. Hammerhead it's not really 3D. It's got a little bit of relief to it, but most of these are just stamped like a regular coin would be with some shiny on them. Looks 3D though. Yeah, I like the hammer one. It's my favorite one of the series. Then I found this Mythical Beasts of the North. Here's the werewolf coin. I found that in the same pawn shop I found the tiger shark in. And I was looking around and trying to find, there's only one other coin in this series. And I walked into a different shop down in Eugene. I live in Oregon. And there on their shelf was the Kraken. And I said out loud, I said, oh my God, that's a Kraken. And he goes, yeah, it is. I said, I got to have that. So I completed that series. Yeah, Serps, I like completing series. That's my favorite thing to do. Oh, third, not 3D. Sorry. Yeah, that's the third one. And then there's, in the middle, there's the tiger shark, my original one from that series. And then on the very left, the first one is the Great White. And it's pretty cool too. Actually, all 3 of them are pretty cool, but my favorite one is the Hammerhead. I've got some gold out here too. Just a couple little pieces I've got. I bought this one recently. The Yale of Beaufort, because I actually have this one in silver as well. It's part of a series, silver series I'm trying to complete. The Poor in the Middle. Which middle? Pangs, which row? This? The shark? The block? This one? Yeah, I didn't do this one. I found this at a coin shop in Portland. It's 6 ounces. It's 1 of 1. And it's kind of cool. I actually saw it as soon as I walked in the shop. It's silver. It's kind of got some toning to it. It's starting to look a little gold colored. And I really like the effect they did with the bumpy bits. I'm not really sure they did that. It's not hammered. It had to have been a sand mold and then ground off on top to make it nice and flat and smooth. But I tried looking up the guy that did it. Metal Mafia, it looks like it says on there. And I found a site, but nothing to do with this pour. So, then of course in the very back here, I've got my Hero Bullion 5 ounce American flag bar. And I actually have some stuff coming from Hero Bullion. I cashed out a CD that wasn't earning much interest at all. And I bought some gold and some silver. And I have the 10 ounce bar of that coming pretty soon from them. I'll show that off when I get it. Hopefully I'll get that in a week or so. Then I go in sometimes and I buy odd stuff just for melting. My favorite bullion shop is about 20 miles from here. Those guys are so nice and honest. And they had this one coin round they've been saving for me. He said I'm the only person they could sell it to because it says shit you can't afford, SUCA. And he didn't know what it said when he bought it. And after the guy left that sold it to him, he realized what it said and stuck it in the back room waiting for me to come in and get it. He thought that I would melt it. Well, originally I was going to. My daughter said, no, don't melt it. She's 19. She goes, that's really cool. Save it. It's got a story. So I haven't melted it. And then one of the pawn shops I was in, he gets stuff in, and when he can't sell it, he melts it and sends it off for refining. So I bought this ingot from him. It's 479 grams. 3/9's fine. Albany Guns and Coins where it came from. And so I bought this specifically just to melt and do some pours with. When I bought it, it was under spot by quite a bit. I think I paid $60 an ounce for it. I think spot was like 70 at the time. So I got a good deal, but now obviously it's above spot, but I'll still melt it eventually. So that being said, let's get to the Bullion Baddie and see what we have in there. I actually checked the tracking number to make sure that's really what's in here, because it says it came from Warehouse CLT. And as many things as I get in the mail for my other business, you never know what's going to be coming. So I want to make sure it really was in fact going to be the Bullion Baddie. I hate to open it up and have it be parts from my 3D printer. So there it is, naughty or nice. I just actually ordered 2 more Bullion Baddies in copper. They were just 30 bucks. And so I got 2 more of those coming, and I'll rip those as well once they get here. It says, inside this pouch lies an irresistible Bullion Baddie. Will yours be sweetly seductive, or will you undress a tantalizing naughty edition? Either way, it's going to be unforgettable. Here we go. So there's 200 of each that are nice, and there's 50 of each that are naughty. Okay. Here we go. Oh, she's a nice one. That's all right. Still beautiful. 1 ounce fine silver. Bullion Baddie. There we go. Sizzle Sydney. Certificate of authenticity. She fits right there. Yeah, right there. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. So Pangs, sell what? The shark tooth? Let's look and see how heavy it is. I'm sorry, I wasn't watching chat, you guys. I got my scale right here. I think the shark tooth is about 3 ounces. Let's see here. It is. It says 2 ounces. Let me see if I have the right. Yep, it's 2 ounces. Almost exactly. It is 63.5 grams. You need which one, Silver? Silver Serpents? Hi, Donna. Pangs, which one should I sell? Put her closer to the camera, Humble. There we go. She's got a wiener in her hand. Wait, she's cooking a hot dog. Hey, Nick. You need to suck a silver? Yeah, right. Shit, you can't afford. It's funny because when I got home with that and went to put it in my safe, I found a 3 ounce bar. Must be made by the same people because it had the same slogan right on top. And so I got a set now. I got the bar and a coin around, so can't get rid of that now. Who's I don't know who Raspberry is. Donna. Oh, Raspberry Hedgehog. Okay. Right on. How could someone not be excited to see you, Humble? Here's a round that I bought. I really like it. I like pirate themed stuff. I don't remember who made this one. Let's go back and look. It's 1 ounce. It says on there who did it. Let me look and see with my magnifying glass. Yeah, I can't tell. Can't tell whose name that is there at the bottom, whose logo that is. I'll have to look at it a little closer under a different magnifying glass. It's pretty cool. This one, I believe this is Reckless. Yep. Nope. Dead Harbor Metals. So it's not Reckless. 34 of 75. Yeah. Seems to be a lot of that sometimes, you know. Some people just aren't happy unless they're unhappy, I guess. Terps, huh? Stackers Social, is that a person or is that just a stacking community in general? Yeah, I like that octo. I wish I'd have done that, but I'll try to find one to do that's like that. I gotta have a couple things I'm gonna pour. I'm gonna try to get some things done tonight. Hopefully, I panned a bag of gold last night, or a bag of pay dirt from a new person. It was a gold nugget, man, guaranteed 1 gram, and wound up getting 1.2 grams out of that little jar. It was like a medicine jar full, you know, Advil jar that big around or so, and probably that tall. So probably 2 or 3 inches in diameter and about 4 inches high. And they said they recommend you don't classify it first. It makes it more exciting. And there really wasn't a need to classify it. It didn't have any real big chunks in it of gravel or anything. So it was fun. Got it all done in one night. Went through it once. I'll pan it again just to be sure. So tonight I'll probably, pangs. I got 4 vials up here now that I've panned. This is my chunkiest one. This one, I believe this one came from B&B Prospecting. Got some nice pieces in there. Not sure if you can see that really well, but some big chunks. I had the biggest couple of them. I took them to my favorite bullion shop. Those guys are so nice, and they put them on the XRF. They're 22 karat. I got one tiny piece of specimen gold in there as well. My very first piece of specimen gold. There's a place not too far from where I live called Quartzville, and there's a river that runs through it, big creek. One of my friends pans there all the time, and he gets gold, and so I'm excited to learn how to do it in the wild. I'm literally going to do it in a couple weeks, and then I'll go up to Quartzville and get some dirt and bring it home. I like gold. What can I say? But I can't afford it. I got some, but not as much as some people I've seen. There's a pretty cool panda. $2016. I wish I'd have bought gold back when I first wanted to. $365 an ounce. And I couldn't afford it back then, right? If I'd only had gold taste on copper budget. That's right, Serps. If I'd have just had a crystal ball and could see where gold would be today, 25 years later, basically. Yeah. Woulda, shoulda. Gold taste on a copper budget. I like that. I'm going to have to use that. I've got some copper, too. Mostly just fun little things I pick up here and there. I don't stack copper. I'd rather get a fractional gold, whatever. I've got a few 1 grammers. Like I went into a place the other day and I had a little bit of money left over in my pocket, burned a hole. So I bought this little 1 gram bar. Walked out with that along with the silver I came in for. So get what you can. Like Humble always says, stack what you can when you can. And it adds up. You know, 30 more of those and I'll have an ounce. Of course, the premium will have eaten me alive a little bit on that, but whatever you can do at the time, just do it. So, anyone else out there have any topics of conversation, or should I wrap this up? We've been for 20 minutes. Not sure how Humble goes 2 hours, but all right, everybody. Looks like chat's pretty dying out. And oh, there we go. Kay's jewelry. 4 years before I started stacking. Yeah. Fractional silver. I don't have much fractional silver. I've got some silver bits. I was on the Wounded Warrior Project auction, and Silver Serpent had Pac-Man Ghost up in his donation, and really didn't want the Pac-Man Ghost. I'm not really into Pac-Man, but then as soon as he said, and I'm tossing in 10 silver bits, this is just 5 of them, I'm in. And so I bought the Ghost just to get the bits, basically. I've wanted silver bits for a while. Couldn't justify spending the money on the premium to buy them from local silver mint, even though I wanted them really bad. So it went for a good cause. And Wounded Warrior Project, I'm a veteran, and so I have a weakness for those kind of fundraisers and things that do things for veterans. So, a gift of gab, right, Donna? That's funny. $1,800 spot for gold back in the day. Yeah. I bought my first silver bar, 10-ounce bar. I think it was during COVID. I think I paid $23 an ounce for it. And I ordered it online from someone. I got it at Spot as a promotional thing, my very first online silver purchase. And it's funny because I didn't have any silver bars. I had some silver rounds. I had them for 30 or 40 years. They were given to me, 20 of them, 23 of them. And that's the only silver I had. And I thought I should get some more. So I ordered that bar, and it came in the mail. And it's funny because it was a poured bar, and I didn't understand that that's a thing. I thought, oh, they just sent me this freaking lump of silver. And I was a little bit disappointed. And then now I understand that that's a thing. I'll get that one out and show it next time. It's right there in the front of my safe. So thank you, Pangs. Yeah, my wife got me that flag display just a few days ago, and really glad she did. It was very nice of her to do that. She supports me. Send you that Panda. What does Panda have to do with being a veteran, Nick? I can see you asking for the flag. Or how about this M16? I got that on the Wounded Warrior Project as well. Gold M16. I think that was Wounded Warrior Project. And it's just 1/1000th of an ounce. Australian. 2026. It's a coin, believe it or not. Republic of Liberia. $12 coin. So that's the only reason that I have it for the flag a little bit, because it's an M16. My weapon of choice. Thanks, Humble. Oh, do things for veterans. I get it, Nick. Yeah, I do things for veterans. What brand are you in, Nick? Angel of Independence. I don't know that one. Libtard. I know those. But yeah, I'm going to try to focus on some series in the next few months. I'm going to take my coins out of the statue on Libertad. Okay. I'm going to take some of my coins out of my safe and make a list of what I have in the series, and so I know which ones to look for. I'll put a name of the one I need yet, and then figure out which ones I need. I've got 4 or 5 series going. I see other series at the pawn shops or the coin shops I go to, and I think that's all I need is to start another one, so I don't do it. But nice, Nick. Army 78 to 83. I was Air Force from 82 to 88. But the thing is, I deployed with the Army. My unit, we deployed with different pieces of the Army, and we would actually be on the front lines lasering the targets with lasers for the laser guided bombs to zoom in on and smash. So we're out there right in it, hitting the tanks and that kind of stuff. It was really interesting times back in the Cold War. How do you say that word, Serps? Dia de los Muertos? Laser smash. Sure did. I got to see some really cool things. And the people calling in the airstrikes, the officers, Colonel, one time I was on this hill with him, and he was on the portable radio I was holding, and I was eating my reconstituted strawberries. It was bright and early, and the F4s were coming in low and hot. Thing is, he was calling them all by their first name. He knew that whole flight of F4s here from Idaho, and he used to fly with them. Hey, you missed that one, Bob. Come back around, hit that one again. And it was pretty cool. It was a good time. A lot of time spent in the woods, map and compass training, survival training and stuff. But it was interesting. I met a lot of interesting people, a lot of fun people. I wish I'd have stayed in touch with more of them. I'm on a website called Together We Serve. I'm not sure you've heard of that website, but it's pretty neat. You can type in where you were and what unit you're with, and it tries to match you up with people from the same unit, Nick. And they also have pictures of basic training photos and stuff. And I've tried to find my basic training photo, and I look so different with no hair and skinny that I can't recognize me. I'm not even sure. I know what year it was and about what month it was. I think I left basic about early April of 82. So, yeah, Pangs, I just started stacking, seriously stacking this year. And I'm sorry to say I was chasing that bull when it was running up so fast. I got caught up in the excitement and paid way too much for some stuff. But my DCA is coming down. The more I buy at today's prices, the better it helps my DCA, dollar cost averaging. I'll be hitting 600 ounces soon of silver. So that's a milestone for me. My next goal is 1,000 ounces. We'll see if I can do that by middle of next year, maybe end of next year. Depends on what silver does. If it goes through the roof, then I'll obviously slow down. But as long as it's below $60 an ounce, I've committed to buying 10 ounces a month, more if I can afford it. What's dog noise mean, Pangs? And how'd you get that character to pop up there? Fighter jets and coins, Humble, that'd be cool. I'm going to look up for some of those fighter jets. $20.25, huh? All right, everybody, I'm going to wrap it up. I really appreciate you guys coming. And 863rd Engineer bat. Yep. That's cool. 300 ounces the first year. Good job, Serps. Way to go, man. Yeah, like I said, I had probably 40 ounces, maybe 60 ounces started this year. And so this year in the last 3 months, you stacked 15 ounces. Yeah, it was going through the roof. So I'm going to wrap it up. Good night, everybody. And see you guys on the next live from someone that we all know. So take care, and I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for coming to my first. You always remember your first. If I can stall for 36 more minutes or seconds, that'll be 30 minutes. That's what I'm going to do. Good night, Nick. Sweet dreams, Donna. Hope you're well, Serps. My Walter. Thanks, buddy. Got 21 seconds to go to make an even 30 minutes. I'm going to stall for time. Thanks, Humble. I appreciate the support and the comment there. Good live, epic. I appreciate that. Awesome, Baddie. Yeah, she is pretty awesome. Not gonna lie, I wish she was naughty. But I got 2 copper ones on the way. They were just 39 bucks a piece. And so when they get here, I'll rip those. And hopefully we get some naughty ones. So, all right, everybody. Thank you very much for coming. Good night.